Streets brimming with humans living at the edge of survival. Food being scarce, and shelter almost non-existent in the same manners as we're used to here in Europe. Adults and children alike, well-being is a rare commodity, working possibilities soon to walk the same faith. With some countries equating 5 whole children per woman, it is evident that the last drop shall fall soon. The beaker will spill. Not only will this broken barrier result in a devastating state for the drenched countries themselves, this will also spill over to us, the developed countries. Clearly, education regarding anti-conceptives have not improved to downfalling slope to any significant degree. And if it was to result in something, that result would not be sufficient enough to bear any relief. We must take responsibility now. Our world cannot handle more people, especially in places where the burning of fossil fuel gains popularity, whilst the so-called green energies does the contrary. As if this was not bad enough, the tobacco industry has now moved on from the developed countries to target the more uneducated third world countries. The yet-to-be developed countries make up about 80% of the annual deaths caused by smoking, despite correcting for population size. No short-term quick fixes will do the trick. We must look forward to the next generation to come. It is not with great ease I say this, but my proposal? Free cigarettes. Yes, I said free, and no, I am not delusional, nor am I insane. With the price to make a whole pack of these cancer sticks only being about 0.48 crowns, we may allow ourselves to open our wallets. This must be done in order to save the very ground in which we are standing upon. Starting on March the 11th, we will give out free cigarettes targeting poor areas and countries living under the poverty line. Starting with children aged 4 or above to really build a habitual-based culture. This reform will last for 30 years, and then we cease supply. Now, fellows, before you look away and despise and ignore my words, please be so kind and listen to the resulting advantages which this new reform will bring. We are all aware that smoking and nicotine is highly addictive. In fact, over 60% of smokers want to quit, but merely 6% succeed in doing so. These numbers project really how good smoking makes the smokers feel. It's a drug targeting the very essence of life, happiness itself. Additionally, smoking also renders in a huge decreased lifetime. About 11 minutes per cigarette, experts say. Put these two variables together and you have a recipe for success in decreasing population size. Death is a necessary sacrifice we must make for our planet. At least in this way, the pupils will die willingly, doing what they truly love. Okay, well, what about it? We'll just have hordes of dying people everywhere. Still 5 children per woman, right? Well, excellent question there. Smoking also renders in an immense decreased testosterone levels in males and females alike. The sperm count for a regular smoking man is up to 30% that of a non-smoker. And if one's mother smokes whilst bearing a child, that child will be born with half the sperm count of the other children. A byproduct of these very low numbers are high levels of infertility, hence fewer children being born into these harsh living conditions. We must not forget that in many of our targeted areas, the difference between being alive or dead is simply to be able to breathe and walk, although this might be a troublesome task in some areas. These places where violence and poverty are the norm, these places where poverty has gripped talons on the whole society, these places where no man wants to live. These places are hardly any place for a child, especially if that little human exists as a burden to their parents. The sheer number of souls saved from a life in pain and dismay is well a reason enough to consider my proposed act. The act which I am proposing is not stemmed from evil. I am sure that all of our intentions are of kindness. With war and conflict standing at our doorsteps, of the soon-to-be far too overpopulated areas, one quote comes to my mind, famously said by the great Martin Luther King, Jr. Quote, It is not enough to say that we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and to sacrifice for it. The most remembered and honored philanthropists are those who are not afraid to make a sacrifice for change. So let us be dauntless and let us be steadfast. Let's make a change. If not for ourselves, then perhaps for our children and grandchildren. The world needs us to act in haste. It has been merciful for far too long. We are doomed unless we do. Thank you.